part of the Dutch town of Almere is home to many contemporary buildings. But Haus M stands out from the rest. Architect Marc Koehler designed it for his mother, Marian van Leeuwen.
Hello.
Hello.
Come in.
The house has 230 square meters of floor space, and the bright living area is a stark contrast to the windowless facade.
So, here we are in the house, where you experience the garden and the house in its full way. It actually has three elements: a kitchen dining area and a living room, a sitting area, and an office. And the main idea of the house is about transparency and sunlight.
And the sunlight is very important because my former house was very dark. I always had to put the light on. So now everything is to the south. The garden is also that we see it from everywhere I am. And it makes it much bigger, the rooms.
The open space is very important to Marianne. When she's working on her computer, she doesn't want to be cut off from the rest of the house. The owner, an amateur painter herself, insisted on the bright colors. They complement her artworks.
The colors are for me very important, yes. So the bright colors. And not everybody likes that. But in the end, when I told everybody I'm taking yellow and red, for example, and a kind of purple, like, or fuchsia we call it, in the hall, then they couldn't imagine how it was. But when they came, they were surprised and said, "Oh, it's very cheerful."
This was the first house her son Marc built after finishing his architecture degree. He wanted to build an individual, protected home for his parents.
So the house actually works as a wall that separates the front of the garden from the back, the public world from the private world. And if you enter through this wall, through this very colorful entrance building that's attached to it, you will enter through this wall and suddenly see the garden and have a completely different experience.
This is the back of the house. Thanks to the inwardly sloping roof, it forms an M. M is also the first letter of Marianne. That's where Marc got the idea to call it Haus M.
The reason for the house to have a V shape is to express the character of the owners of the house as two strong personalities living under one roof in harmony.
Whenever the weather permits, Marianne goes out into the garden. By Dutch standards, it's quite a large one. The 62-year-old designed it herself and did all the planting. There's an emphasis on bamboo and grass species.
I've seen about 6-8 years ago this new style of gardens with the grasses, the high grasses. And they're so elegant, they always wave and they change of color. So that's why I decided to make a complete garden with all those grasses.
The businesswoman spends the rest of her free time painting in the studio. The garden is at eye level, and that gives her a clear view of the plants as a source of inspiration. It's Marian van Leeuwen's personal sanctuary.